Gareth here. So how are you? I hope you are well. Me, I'm okay, but it's now summertime in Japan and it's very hot and humid. So I do feel a bit uncomfortable, but still not too bad. Anyway, I'll just show you this view because I think it's quite interesting. You might find it interesting too. So over there in the distance is a big chimney stack. Maybe that's what you say. And that's part of the steel factory. And you've got that column of smoke going up. And then above it, this huge cloud. I'll just do this. It's really quite, I don't know. I'm not sure I really like it. It's kind of strange and a little bit not disturbing, but I don't know. But I do like the view over here to the left. You can't maybe see it so well, but there's a view of the bay. And in the distance, you've got like an area of land. It's still this area. It's a big bay and it goes like at the end here, it curves round to the left and then it goes round in a huge circle and then continues over there in the distance. And at the bottom, it's misty. But there's just something very beautiful about it. The colours are really nice. They're very subdued. Yeah, it's got like a hazy feeling, and the sky low down has a beautiful, slightly rose tint. And then you've got the soft blue clouds, and then above, a bit of white sky. I don't think I could turn that into a painting, to be honest, but it is really beautiful and it's very nice to look at it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So what I'm talking about here, though, is a festival. So festivals are a big thing in Japan, and I used to love them. But now I'm a bit old and maybe they're not so exciting for me anymore. But a few weeks ago, I went to a festival that was nearby, and that's really the main reason why I went there. And it's called Nagahama because that's the area. I always pronounced it Namahama, which means raw ham, which made my wife laugh a lot. So, which is a good thing. But now I can pronounce it correctly, Nagahama. But anyway, this festival is quite special because it's the first festival in this prefecture, I think. And also it happens in the rainy season. So in the past, I've gone there and filmed it in the rain. And I've done some beautiful paintings from the images I've caught. And hopefully if I find one of them, I'll show it to you here. And I hope you like it. So this year, though, there was no rain. No rain this year. So a bit strange. I mean, there was rain, but not during the festival. So we only had rain for about 3 weeks. Normally it's about 6 or 7 weeks. And it's the rainy season. But anyway, it was still really good. I took a lot of video footage, and maybe I'm lazy, I don't know, but I just the thought of like showing you all the video footage and a few paintings, it just seemed a bit like a lot of work. So what I do nowadays is I chop it up into smaller bits. You could call it butchering. I basically butcher the video footage and then I throw in like me doing a painting from a scene that I saw during that visit. And so that's what you're getting here. In case you're wondering what the heck is happening here. Maybe I'm trying to be a bit arty-farty, but yeah, I hope it works. I hope you find it interesting, but let me know. Let me know. Or don't if you don't want to. Human rights, after all. So anyway, moving on. I have to be careful of my super bad jokes. But it's really nice now. Oh, I have to show you over here. How can I do this? Can you see over here? Can you see that sky? Yeah, maybe it's really beautiful. I really love that. I like those trees as well. They're not quite like those Van Gogh trees, but they remind me of Van Gogh trees a little bit. And you can't quite see it, I think, but there's a lovely orange colour to the sky just above the horizon. And the blue of the clouds is beautiful. It's beautiful. And there's actually now a cool breeze. So, like when I first came here, it actually felt like muggy. I like that word, don't you? Muggy. That's a nice word. I think I got that word from my dad, muggy. So it was a bit muggy and I can still feel it, but there's now a breeze coming. Yeah, I'm talking a bit too much. So let's get back on track, yeah? So I went to this festival and yeah, so I'm not so keen on festivals anymore because, well, some of them, like at shrines, are quite nice because the surroundings are nice. But this is not such a pleasant place. It's a street with a lot of high-rise buildings, concrete high-rise buildings. Not my cup of tea. And there's quite a claustrophobic feeling. It was very crowded and very noisy and really exciting, but really an event for young people, I think. Not really for me. I felt like the OAP at the disco, the old age pensioner at the disco with my Zimmer frame. Oh no, summer loving happened to me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I felt a bit out of, yeah, old. I felt like, yeah, so old. And also I loved textures, and I loved exaggerating the surface of the road a lot. And I did my best to do that. I really saw some good scenes. I think the reason was the lighting. So it had become evening time, and I intended to go at evening time because you get these stalls. They call them yatai in Japanese, and they're brightly lit up, and they're normally very colorful. And so they look very powerful, and they cast this bright light across the asphalt. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know if it's asphalt or asphalt. Okay. So anyway, whatever, tarmac. And you've got people moving in front of these stores, and they cast these amazing shadows, yeah? And it's all very hustle and bustle and dramatic and quite beautiful. And so I really liked that. And even the big high-rise concrete buildings are quite interesting because they're behind the stores and they're kind of semi-lost in the darkness. So they're like these huge, ominous shapes, and they just add this drama to the whole scene. It's not exactly beautiful, but I can feel something, you know, some kind of, I don't know if it's a word or not, but this kind of gravitas. There's a kind of something kind of heavy and big, but not clearly seen. And I like that kind of element in my paintings. I am a little bit embarrassed to show you this painting, but I have to do it. Oh, the evening sky is becoming more and more mellow and beautiful. It's wonderful. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I painted this picture on cheap watercolor paper, and I didn't even use a pencil. I used a pen. I do like pens a lot, actually. I like using a pen a lot. And I purposely intended not to be too careful, to try and be as loose as possible and as uninhibited as possible. And you might notice that I'm really exaggerating the colors, and you've kind of got like 3 layers. You've got maybe the light layers, then you've got some colorful layers, and then I go in with the darks. And to be honest, I know this is maybe something that some watercolor artists don't like, but I use black, and I use black because I just want a strong dominant color in there that's contrasting with the colors that are already there, all the colorfulness which I've tried to put into the scene. And I want this big contrast. But also I just want to be experimenting, you know. Like, even though I've been painting for 15 years, you can actually, you know, we're all learning whatever level we are, you know. So yes, I sometimes when I'm painting, for me, it might be easy to get into a state of flow, or I've got a certain confidence, but then I have to break that and try different things, you know, because then it becomes more fun. And so that's what I'm trying to do in this painting. And I hope you find that enjoyable too, you know, and I hope it encourages you. Like, the most important thing when you paint is to just, like, you know, it's like jumping, it's a bad metaphor. I was going to say jumping off a cliff into the sea, but that sounds like suicidal. But it's a bit like that, as long as it's not lethal. Painting's not lethal. I'm losing it now. But you understand what I mean? Like, you just kind of run and jump and go, wah, boom. And it's really wonderful to paint a picture in that way and not care what the result looks like. And if it's really terrible, just throw it away. But this is the important thing. Over time, painting in that way is really going to make you good at painting. And it's also going to make it a lot of fun and develop your confidence and make it easier to get into that flow state, which we all, you know, really, really enjoy. But the struggle is part of it as well. You know, like, in a way, I think, you know, like, in a way, you struggle, and then all that struggle flips you into the flow state. But who knows? I'm just speculating, so that could be a lot of rubbish. So back to the point again. Always have to get back to the point and focus, yeah? So I was really happy with this painting. It was very loose. I was having a lot of fun, but I hope you have enjoyed watching me paint it and watching me go to this place and film it. I hope it was entertaining and interesting. And I really hope I captured, I'm getting excited now, right? My voice is rising. Something of the atmosphere of the place, because that's the magical thing for me, the atmosphere of a place. That's what I really, really love. Yeah, like there's a hotel over there and it's pink and it's got this red neon lighting. And I don't know why, but whenever I see that hotel, it's just, I don't know, it's like, you know, like when you listen to the song Hotel California, it takes you to this magical place. And when I look at that hotel, it's a bit like that. It's like a bit like, it's like, looks like a bit of a magical hotel, you know, and I can see the reflections of it in the river. I don't know, maybe I'm talking nonsense, you know. Wow, it's looking really beautiful over there. I'll just show you. But anyway, this went on way too long. So apologies about that. I don't know how I'm going to do the editing now. I really have no idea whatsoever, but I'll think of something. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do part 2 to this soon, probably, because this is all very much a juggle. This, you know, I can paint and I've got a creative thing within me. I don't know quite what to call it. But then I've got to do the promotional stuff like these videos. And that all then becomes a juggle because it's also my holiday now. And I've got about 11 or 12 days, and I'll never forgive myself if I don't go somewhere a bit special. And I really want to take you there with me and try and just, you know, like kind of transmit, maybe not exactly the perfect word, but transmit some of the magical atmosphere that I experience here in Japan. And hopefully you receive it. That doesn't sound as great as I wanted it to sound. So I want to do that. So might all end up being a bit of a mess, you know, with the painting, the traveling, the creative painting, whatever, and the producing of videos. Yeah, it's a juggle. It's a juggle, you know, and there has to be a sacrifice. It's obviously here, right? There has to be a sacrifice in one particular area, yeah? And it's probably going to be in the video area. But what I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying it very well, is I might end up doing a video next week of a painting trip I did. And then 2 weeks later, I might show a bit more of this trip to this festival, or I might consider this enough and then, you know, like let go of all that other video footage that I took. But that might be okay. It's really difficult sometimes to do this cutting, this editing, yeah, and juggling, yeah. I know this is, you shouldn't do this, but what the heck, you know, this is YouTube. It's not meant to be, you know. It's not meant to be like the cinema. And I'll turn it around. Oh, I actually look half decent from this viewpoint. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's beautiful. I could probably turn that into a good painting and add a cyclist coming along this path with a light on his or her bicycle. I'll be back again next week because that's my rule, and hopefully it'll be something a bit magical that I can transmit. It's not the right word, but I will find the right word at some point. Hopefully I can transmit to you. Yeah, that's it. I don't suppose you can see the blue mountains over there. I climbed that mountain. I think that is, what's it called? Yufudake. Maybe about 3 times. In fact, I got stuck on that mountain. But anyway, I'm going to end it here. So, all the best and bye for now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Okay, bye for now.